Alright, what is going on everybody? It's Tristan, and today in this video what I got going on for you guys, I do want to discuss the Jordan 4 Craft and if this sneaker is a sell or hold, since we do have the drop coming on February 11th. So pretty much just going to be discussing the details leading up to it and maybe comparing it to like a couple other ones, seeing how it is. So that's really all we're going to get into. If y'all want more content like this, check my Instagrams and any of that down below. And if y'all want to, don't forget, you guys can also check out Hype Labs down below. Don't forget, you guys can become part of the group today if you guys want to. All you got to do is just go to the website and it'll load up here in a second and join the waitlist. We have a free ACO, we got early info on Nike releases and so many other things. I'll put up a testimonial here so you can see we're legit. We're always trying to help people get more pairs, and that's exactly what we help this guy do right here. So if you're trying to learn how to buy free food, we even have that for 50 plus store locations, under market deals daily. Don't forget I do that as well in the group, so people are getting SBs, different pairs like that under market and selling those for profit. So if you're interested in any of that, check us out on our Twitter or on our Instagram and join that waitlist, see what we offer on our website. We have an autofill, tons of other things on the way, so you guys are really going to like that. But stay tuned, and yeah, hopefully we'll see you there. But that's everything I need to say. It's free to join the waitlist, only be charged if you're let into the group, and let's get started. So first things first, when you get into this release, again, February 11th, 10 a.m. Eastern time, and it says available at right now. So not going to be a draw right now, but it probably will change to a draw release, one of those ones where you'll have 10 minutes to enter. That's a prediction I have, at least. I think it would make sense if it did change, because I think they're doing a draw for the Seafoam, so probably would be the same. Let's get into looking to resale for the adult sizes right now. If you guys go and check the market price, I'll refresh this. So it seems like it hasn't changed too much overnight, but it has definitely changed since the last time we've talked. And don't forget, there's a heavy amount of pairs rumored for this sneaker, around 300,000 to 400,000 pairs rumored for this one. And amongst these and the Seafoams, almost 1 million pairs total rumored. So that's a good amount of Jordan 4s coming in the next week, and some good colorways as well. I'm a big fan of this one, and I like the Seafoams a little bit more, but the crafts still are a nice hint, and one you could definitely add to the collection. I think it hits very, very well in terms of like the whole color scheme together with I guess the shoe crowns. That's what it was called. I was gonna say lace locks, but shoe crowns kind of fit together with the gray, and then of course the white of the sneaker. And I love the sole of the shoe as well. I've shown multiple pictures of that, and I think there's a picture of it right here. But yeah, the sole fits really well in the shoe. Big fan of that as well. So aside from that, again, after the release, don't forget, this is one of those shoes you do not buy right now. You wait until after drop day, or you wait until pairs come in. You have a lot of time to buy into this one. You're going to have a few weeks, and the main reason I say that is because A, you have this dropping at all the FLX locations, all the different raffles. B, you have sneakers coming in, and then you have to wait for those pairs to land. So that's an important thing to focus on, because you shouldn't be buying pairs before they release, because they're going to be going for more, and then you'll lose money once they drop, because then they're going to drop in market price. So since there's still a lot of stock of these on the way, I would just personally be patient and wait a little bit before I would even consider buying into this one. And don't forget, there's grade school pairs as well. Those will be a great hold. I personally am going to be looking into the grade school ones a little bit more than the adult ones, because grade school Jordan 4s tend to be a little bit more limited, and I mean, not all, but a lot more grade school Jordan 4s go for a high price and comfortably above like $250. And I'm not saying the adult sizes are going to brick. You're going to make good money off them, but if you can hold a good amount of GS pairs, that's a solid piece of it, a solid move in my opinion. Definitely one you could profit off of. At least that's how I'm thinking with this one right here. But aside from that, again, in the resale price, my personal prediction for this one is I think it'll probably drop to around 260 to 290, and I will put a plus in the 290 since I do think bigger sizes could stay at a higher price, maybe above 300. I think there is potential for that, but I mean, we can't say this early to be honest. But I mean, based off the amount of pairs, it probably will settle under 300. That's what I would think at least. But bigger sizes staying above 300 would not surprise me, like a 12 and a half, 12, 13, 11 and a half. Like if those were the big sizes that stayed at a high price, it would not surprise me. But overall, still going to be a good hold. I would just wait until you have the chance to buy into this one for a little bit lower. That's the main thing I'm stressing. Don't buy it now, because there's not much of a point when you'll be able to get it for cheaper in like a week. That's all I'm saying. But aside from the crafts right here, again, why don't we get into the grade school pairs of these? So looking at the grade school pair and its resale prices right now, you can see between a range of 220 to 250, pretty similar to what it was last week. I think last week it was going for like 270, so a little bit higher, and you can see now it is dropped in price as a response to that. But I think GS is going to be a solid hold, because again, it has all the same details as the adult pairs. It's just it's smaller sizing and it's more limited. And these are the sizes, these grade school pairs, that my ladies would wear, and also the kids kids are going to want these. So it's just going to be, there's going to be a lot of demand, but not as many pairs for grade school, if that makes sense. So that's why I personally like it as a hold, is because you have a lot more opportunity and options, in my opinion, in terms of a hold. Like, and it's also kind of a safer bet because, you know, since there's less of them out there, they're just going to rise because of that. Like, overall demand is going to be there, and they're just going to rise because, again, there is not as many of them. So that's why grade school pairs tend to be a better hold. Again, less stock than the adult ones, and you know, just as many people like buying them as the adult Jordan 4s. So that's pretty much how I view pairs like this. But yeah, overall, not much to it. Just pretty simple sneakers, or pretty simple pricing. I guess, yeah, you could say it's a simple sneaker as well. I mean, it is just a straight gray colorway, so that is very, very simple to say the least. But aside from that, and there actually was a Jordan 4 that I did want to compare this one to, and you probably did just see it, but the Midnight Navy Jordan 4s, I think we will have a very similar performance for the Craft Jordan 4s, and the main reason I'm saying this is just because I think the stock numbers are going to be very similar. There was a lot of pairs and kind of small restocks for Midnight Navies, and I think we will see a very, very similar thing with the Craft Photon Dust pairs. I think we're definitely going to see some restocks coming along for them, and I definitely think the first initial drop we're going to have is going to be a lot of pairs, and especially on sneakers, I think it's going to be loaded up, which is nice. Like, we want it to be loaded up with as many pairs as possible, so hopefully they really stock that release up, because everybody wants to hit on this pair, and I think this is a fair comparison, at least in terms of how it will rise, how it will perform. I'm not expecting this one to, you know, rise or really perform quickly, since again, Midnights didn't really, and they restocked a lot, and they kind of, you know, stayed steady, and actually haven't even been rising recently. This will recover and, you know, eventually start going up, because there's just a lot of sales for the sneaker. It's somewhat popular in the app, so I mean, I think the GS Midnight Navies are an accurate depiction too of kind of how the Photon Dust, you know, Craft GS pairs will perform, because again, very similar stock situation, both very wearable colorways, not like super loved, but pretty loved by people. Definitely a couple things we could change, and same thing with this one, a couple things we could definitely change on it, but still great sneakers, and based off the stock, that's just a similar performance I could give it, at least. I think the Midnight Navy grade school pairs is pretty accurate to how the Photon Dust GS pairs will probably perform, but both are going to be good. Well, this one is definitely a good hold, and these are definitely going to be one as well, because it's a great Jordan 4, and, you know, again, I love the materials they kind of chose to use in this one. It's separated a lot of different options on this one, which is kind of cool. So aside from this one and the basics on it, yeah, that's pretty much what I have to mention about the Craft 4s. Again, a solid hold. I could compare it to the Midnight Navies, and again, if you were to hold the Craft 4s, I would probably have to hold this one for like 10 to 12 months. It'd be a longer hold, and again, the main reason I'm saying a longer term hold is because you want there to be not as many pairs of these out. You want there to be no pairs out of these when you're selling them, or a lesser amount, you know what I mean? So you're able to get a higher price, if that makes sense. So that's why I would try and wait as long as you can before you sell this one, is so you can, again, get a higher price. But that's all I will say. Again, if you want to check out Hype Labs down below, join our group, free food, free ACO, some botters can, you know, cop items for you for retail price. That's another great feature we offer, the daily under market deals, teaching people how to buy, drop pings, and early info so you can know about releases in advance, brick links so you can learn how to flip non-profitable sneakers. So yeah, check us out. Feel free to check me out down below. Also, subscribe, like. You know, I was trying to 200 likes in this video. I didn't even have a like on mine, but that'd be great if we could hit that. And again, just drop in the comments if any, you know, questions, videos you want to see, piece of advice. I'm always there listening, and yeah, hearing. So that's it. And that's screen recording of Tristan. Thank you guys, and hopefully I will catch you on the next video soon. Don't miss out. Peace.